Hello guys, Assalamualaikum and Salam Sejahtera, a very good morning. So today we're going to discuss about the diffuse reflectance in DSSC. If you Google about diffuse reflectance in DSSC in the image, you can get the graph. In the y-axis is the diffuse reflectance and x-axis is the wavelength. So this graph is a complementary analysis in the light scattering. So whereby when we have this graph, so how significant it go to our result, how significant can it give the evidence about our light scattering properties. Let's say we have our bare photoanode, normally people label with P25, and we have the modified photoanode. Let's say we put the light scattering layer on top of the photoanode. So how we going to discuss the result? So this is a few examples. This is quite the easy one because this is only two samples. They comparing with the P25 and TiO2 microsphere film. As we all know that the P25 is in nano material, which is porous nanoparticle. It is in nanoparticle, whereby the TiO2 microsphere film is in micro size. Because the size is bigger, diffuse reflectance study can determine which one have a better light scattering ability. Because theoretically already explained by Usami using me theory, where when we have a bigger particle on top of the photoanode, more light can be trapped, more incident light can be trapped and can be used to excite more electrons. So diffuse reflectance study is actually a study that was measured in order to study the light scattering capability of each photoanode. So we want to have which material can reflect more light compared to the other material. So let's go into the detail. So let's see the first example. You can Google the Journal of Enhanced Light Harvesting of dyes and solar cell with TiO2 microsphere as light scattering layer, where you can get from ResearchGate and also Google. So here the first graph here, diffuse reflectance, we have UV-Vis diffuse reflectance spectra or TMSS and TMSR. So whatever the sample is, so P25 is the bare and the other two is the modified photoanode. So here we want to compare the diffuse reflectance. So from this graph, the diffuse reflectance of the modified photoanode is higher compared to the bare photoanode. So what is the discussion? So we want to see the correlation. Why is claimed to be that? Why? So this one is figure 6. So we're going to search for figure 6. So figure 6, where is figure 6? Figure 7. So I think up here. Okay, here. So the discussion is quite simple. As you can see here, they said that figure 6 shows the optical reflectance spectra of P25 and TMS before dye sensitization. The reflectance curve of P25 and TMS have a sharp drop at around 400 nanometer, which blah 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 blah. So it was found that figure 6, the diffuse reflectance spectra of TMS are higher than what we discussed earlier. It said that the modified one is higher than P25 in the light region because they have the x-axis is the wavelength. So the light region is 300 to 700 nanometer, meaning that the incident light is distinctly scattered and the light path is extended for the modified photoanodes. So the discussion said that by having a higher diffuse reflectance, it said that the modified photoanode have higher light scattering by having distinctly scattered and light path is extended. That's the main point. Then the other main point, they said that when they compare modified 1 and modified 2, modified 2 is better because of the nanosheet possess better scattering and reflection ability compared than modified 1. So here they compare in terms of the size. So the main point that they're going to highlight is quite simple. First, they compare with the pair. They said that the modified photoanode have higher diffuse reflectance because of high light scattering ability. It can scatter more light. And they also compare in terms of size because of the modified one have a bigger size compared with the bare photoanodes. So let's look at to the other journal. Okay, the second journal is the title is the effect of DI02 morphology on photovoltaic performance of DSSC nanoparticles, nanofiber, hierarchically spheres and ellipse or so on. This is they compare in terms of size, whether the photoanode is nanoparticles, NP, nanofibers, NH, hierarchically spheres, HTS and ellipse spheres, ETS. So they compare in terms of size. As you can see that the best one is in the purple, where HTH, hierarchically spheres, have the higher reflectance. So we can say that the HTS has the highest diffuse reflectance because of good light scattering ability. So let's look at the discussion about 8B, figure 8A, figure 8, 7. Okay, start from figure 8A. Where is it? Where is it? Figure 3. Figure 7. Okay, here they say that as shown in figure 8A, the reflectance spectrum of the HTS hierarchically spheres film is much higher than those in NP nanoparticle, NF nanofiber, and ETS film, indicating that the HTS film has higher light scattering ability. So the first point they highlight is higher diffuse reflectance is about high scattering ability in the UV range 400 to 800 nanometer. So it's quite simple. They said that by having high light scattering ability, which can maximize the use of solar light to improve the light harvesting efficiency and short circuit current. The reflectance of nanofibers film is more than 50% in the range 400 to 800 nanometer, little higher than ETS film with the micron size of NF sample. So they are talking about the size also. So the main point is the higher the diffuse reflectance means that high light scattering ability. So we want to compare whether the result is tally with the power conversion efficiency. So this is the power conversion efficiency. The highest diffuse reflectance is the HTS. So the highest PCE is the ETS, the same one. So when we are talking about the power conversion efficiency, we can get higher power conversion efficiency if we can trap more sunlight. Then the incident light, extra incident light can excite more electron and can increase the dye loading capacity. That's why the dye absorption increase. Why the dye absorption increase, we can excite more electron, we can produce more photocurrent and more photovoltage. I think that's all about the diffuse reflectance. The other journal also the same. You can see the discussion. So the main point here we want to highlight the diffuse reflectance. The significance of this study is to prove whether our sample have high light scattering ability or not. The higher diffuse reflectance indicates that our material have bigger size compared to low diffuse reflectance. That's why correlate with the theory, a bigger size can act as light scattering layer and trap more incident light, can excite more electrons and produce high dye loading capacity. Okay, I think that's all for today's discussion. So So you can also Google about diffuse reflectance spectra and learn about the other journal. Okay, thank you.